What can I do to get other people's energy off me? And I know that we talk about this a lot, but it's almost such a common theme and it's such an important topic. I want to keep circling back. So let's start once again with the basics. First thing you do is you want to sage. You want to sage yourself. You want to sage your environment that you spend a lot of time in. So that's like just ground rule number one. Another thing that I have been finding lately that I've been doing in my house is that I notice that some rooms seem quieter than others. And those are the rooms that after I've saged, I'll really go through with a bell. And if you guys don't have a bell, this really should be in your tools chest. Any kind of bell will work. We have this one because it has different metals in it, and the different metals have a different energy frequency, and I'll ring it so you can hear the sound, but it has a very, very distinct sound. So when you're going through your space and you're ringing the bell, it breaks up energy. And also, I like to use it around my own energy field lately, because even though I might smudge myself, I will also do this. And the reason I've been doing that lately, and I'll like the residue of the sound, I kind of like to put around my head, because if I'm so in my head and I'm like, I feel like the bell helps to break it up. And then you hear like how it's drifting off. I like to put that by my ears because it's really, really soothing. So sound is a very big medicine that I'm going to be talking a lot about, more about in the future, because I think the combination of crystals and sound are just, it's powerful. So big tool. Another thing that, you know, people have been saying, hey, look, what if I cut the cord? I don't want to cut that person out of my life. I mean, I love that person. Well, you know what? I cut the cord from my family, from my husband, from my kids, from Timmy, from people at my work. And it's nothing that I don't love these people. I love all of them. But when I'm taking a piece of black kyanite that has this kind of fan shape, it almost looks like kind of like a mini sword. And I ask Archangel Michael, please help me cut the cords of anything or anyone. And I want to send their energy back to them with love and light. And I want to have my energy be my own. I am not cutting those people out of my life. I'm just sending their energy back to them and mine to me. So, and we don't consciously do it. We can meet somebody like, hey, how are you? And then we have a great conversation with them, and then we move on. We are possibly corded to them because we've had an energy exchange. It doesn't mean when you cut the cords, it's like a negative thing and you're cutting somebody out of your life. We have to stop making everything so black and white and all that. Now, sometimes there are times when it gets intense and we do want to cut something that seems toxic, but we always send it with love and light. And it's all about us having our energy to ourselves and others to somebody else. So what I like to do, and once again, this full ritual is in the book Crystal Muse. But so for more information, really going deep with this ritual, but on an easy level, get a black kyanite. We have them here at Energy Muse. And basically, you kind of know, sometimes we have recorded to people through our heart. Sometimes recorded people through our thoughts, like we can't stop thinking about them. Sometimes it's in our stomach, we feel it. So once again, trust yourself. You gotta get silent. You gotta stop long enough to like hone in. So you're like, hey, this is what's going on with me. I need to cut the cord. I need to cut the cord. I need to cut the cord with, and you could say the names person out loud, and I just send their energy back to them with love and light. I just want to make sure that my energy is my own and their energy is their own, and it's all love and it's all light. And what I like to do when I cut the cord is I always like to ask for Archangel Michael, because he's this archangel that has a sword, and I always like to ask the angels for help because I'm a big angel believer, and I think, you know what, why not? So when I do the cutting the cord, I always ask Archangel, please help me with cutting the cords of anything or anyone that has attached to me, and I send it back to them with love and light. And I'll just kind of go over my chakras like this. And sometimes I do it in the back. And I almost will do, sometimes I do a sweeping kind of. Sometimes it's in my hands. Sometimes it's in my feet. There's no right or wrong way. These are guides, but trust yourself. So once I've cut the cord and I've sent that energy back, what I want to do is I either want to feed, so say you have like a space now that held somebody else's energy. What I like to do is I'll either fill it up with the energy of light, selenite. Once again, this is a tool that I 100%, everybody needs this in their crystal tool chest. This is a selenite wand. You could use it over your body to help clear your energy field. It's a great thing to have under your bed at night to help you sleep. It's a great place to put over you and say, fill my energy body with white light and healing, loving energy. But you also could take a piece of rose quartz. So wherever, say you cut somebody from your heart, you can put this over and say, I infuse my energy field with love. I infuse my energy field with loving energy. And you just kind of place that over different pockets of your body. So there's really no wrong way you can do it. It's your intention. It's you taking the time. It's the intention of the light of the mineral, the light of you merging together to re-infuse yourself with the energy of light. Another thing that I have noticed lately is sometimes if I've gotten courted with people, maybe a lot of it is my own stuff. And so I have to kind of get clear with, what do I need to let go of? What do I need to release? And sometimes it's nice to do pen and paper, old school, not typing. We're talking old school, a pen and a paper. And just taking a few minutes and kind of jotting down what you need to let go of from your own energy field, what you need to release, what you need to not be courted from. Sometimes it could be excessive eating. Sometimes it could be obsessive compulsive behaviors with cleaning. Sometimes it could be overindulgence in whatever, being with food, with alcohol, or even being too preoccupied with the food that you eat or you don't eat. I mean, there's so many different things, and once again, we're all individuals. One's not good, one's not bad. It's how those things affect us individually. But taking the time to get to know ourselves is really what this is all about. And that's why I love the crystal world, because it's something that we can use as a tool to help us just like take a few minutes to say, hey, what am I feeling? What do I need to get in touch with myself with? How can I get grounded in me so I could heal myself? So what I like to do is that if it's a release kind of thing, like, you know, I want to let go of this, that, and whatnot. And I really do feel the more that we acknowledge our personal truth, we can get rid of things at a very fast rate. If we really are honest with ourselves, we can start shifting. So if it's something that you want to let go of, I like to fold it up and I'll put a piece of black tourmaline on. Black tourmaline is a great stone for release and letting go. And then what I also like to do is with that, I'll also add a piece of rose quartz to it, because you know what? Sometimes our hardest relationships are with ourselves. We beat ourselves up. We don't take the time to go, you know what? I'm okay. I'm great. I'm good. I'm a masterpiece. I'm a piece of art. I'm working on myself. I'm doing the journey of life. And you know what? I'm doing it. And some days are great and some days aren't. But you know what? I'm going to love myself along the way. So I always like to use the dark, and then I love the rose quartz with it, because you know what? In our shadow, there still could be love and light. So these are a couple tools I hope that can help you with how to shift your energy, how to release what no longer serves you, how to give yourself a break and just love yourself on this journey of life. And you know what? It's okay. Some days are better than others, but we acknowledge it, we own it, and we move forward. So thank you. I don't know if there's any questions, but if there are,
I have a question.
Okay.
Can you talk about what an aura is and what that has to do with our energy?
Okay. That is a good question. And there's a lot of ways, I'm sure there's a lot of technical ways on how to answer it. But for me, how an aura is, it's almost like, here's our body, and then we have like these rays. There's different layers of our energy field that goes out. So it's kind of like this invisible part that surrounds our body, which is our aura. And sometimes can you ever been around, I think the simplest way to explain it is if you've ever been around someone and you see them and they kind of are like, when someone feels down or they've been sick and they're getting over an illness, or they're just not 100%, you almost could feel their aura, you could feel their energy field. They're not 100%, they're a little depleted. And so that's how I kind of look at aura, like sometimes we are depleted, and sometimes when you meet someone or you're around someone, they're just alive with energy, and they just feel like light because they're 100% healthy and they're feeling great and they're positive and they're feeling good, and their aura is very bright and alive and active. So these are tools. So say, for example, you're getting over an illness, or you are feeling a little sad, or life's kind of been difficult lately. These are when you pull in your tools: the bell, the sage, the crystals, the positive thoughts, the cleaning your environment so that you could raise your aura up. I'm a big believer in taking salt baths and salt scrubs as a fast way to cleanse and purify your aura. So lots of things to do. I want to thank you guys. Healer, heal yourself. Please pick up Crystal Muse if you haven't, because it's a really rich book filled with lots of information. As I'll say it again, I think it's one of the first of its kind in the crystal market. Thank you for being part of this community. Thank you for tapping into the energy of the earth. And you know what? We are the light, and we can do a lot. So the more we unite as a community, the more we unite together, the more that we can make positive change. So namaste.